us, and I was like, absolutely, and he let me pick the ages I wanted and everything. So, but I do a lot of freelance work in many places, and it's an honor for me to come out here. I honestly have never been out here before, and I somehow took the long road, but I noticed how beautiful it is. How beautiful! Look at the stage and the dancers and so on. So it's an honor for me to be here.
Modern, and Amy Young will be here soon to teach the modern dance class.
And I'm excited to watch. I'll be watching you in that class.
And we'll have the Q&A as we normally do. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Have a good class.
Yeah, let's go ahead and start. I'm just going to use one bar here to just gently demo. And breathe up from plie 1. Up and over 1. Coming up. And releve up. No shoulders, breathe. Diaphragm only. Plie 8. 1 to 7. All the foot. The arms are here. We did reverse quarter bra. Reverse. 2, 3, 4, and into the bar congre. 1, 2, 3, 4, and forward. 1, 2, and 3. Up and up and forward. Up and forward, open legs. Bring the arm to the back. That arm has to go with the leg, not just the legs going up. You have to take everything up. Your back, your sternum, your feeling is up, right? So you have to the front. 1 and 2, side 1 and 2, to the back, to the front, and 5th, and 5th. All right, here we go. Right. Separate feeling, the quality of the movement. So that wasn't bad at all, but it would be really, really nice if everybody thought, I'm throwing my leg in the air. Demi-détourné, breathe and throw to the back, and throw, plie, up, up, bam. Okay, let's try that. Throw and rush the floor. Throw, 5th and 5th. Demi-détourné, you're going away from the bar, Up, away from the bar, brush back and 5th, back and front. 5th, up, other side. One more time. A little slower, 5th, back, 1, 5th, side, back. Just do a little turn in the center. Is that okay? I think you're warm enough to do a little turn. So we'll do something that they just did in Frida Luzon. I really like the exercise, and we'll do it here. So it's very simple. Better. You go here, that foot goes back. Now, your head is already over the ball of your foot, so you take your en dedans turn from here. You do en dedans, you land on this side, other side. You have here and 5th and side, I'm sorry, here in the 5th, lift, spring releve, you were right, and side and 5th, 1 outside turn, close, back in 5th. You know this already. You have to give yourself a chance, right? If it's good enough for the Olympics, it's good enough for you. Stand up in 5th position, or whatever your first position is, fill yourself up, feel good about yourself. It's like, yes, I'm feeling really good. I'm here today, I have a day of dance. Wow, wow. That's the feeling before you begin. Then when the music comes, you feel it done. You have your preparation and you're ready to go. Push away from the floor. Be be animated. Ready? Here we go. Strong feeling. Stand up. Feel good about yourself. Breathe. That's it. And breathe. Very nice. Oh, much better. Preparation. Thank you. And 1, 2, 3, lift. Spring releve up. Close front to the front. 1. Outside turn. And 1 goes back. Chasse Italian up. And in. And double turn. Yep. Step back. Passe. Back. On and on. 1. Close front. Other side. 1. And lift. Spring releve up. Nice. And good job. And 1 side is on. 1 turn. Goes back. Good. Chasse. Push up. And breathe. Double turn. Up. Up. Back. Nice. And step back. And 1. Finish. Good. Finish. Nice. One, two, push. 1 and 2. Last one. 1, 2. Second. Yes.
And tell everybody about March 14th. We're going to have the Maryland Theater Ballet. It's really great. I saw them last night at Maryland Hall in Annapolis, and so they're going to be performing. Well, hello, Jenna. Good to see you.
I snuck in.
Good. Yeah. So.
Hi, good to see you.
You know her? I know her too. Isn't that crazy? How we both know the same people? All right, I'll let you guys go to it, but just come to the free performance on the 14th. It's going to be great, all right? And we'll keep you posted about anything. All right, this is A Young, my pal. She's going to teach my Paul Taylor dance class, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I think that's what I'll do.
What?
Yeah,
That's a good idea. All right. So glad you're here. All right, well, have fun.
your left shoulder. Actually, Katrina, can I send you? You know this one that you throw. Here you go. So I'm gonna show it once, then I'm gonna have Katrina do something for me. Where it's as if somebody shoved you on your left shoulder blade, and you're gonna go, "Hua!" and it's gonna make you run and jump. You're gonna do it the same way with your legs tucked up underneath you like this, and my arms are a V. Surprise! Yeah. Yes, beautiful. And then she's gonna go, wah! Yeah. So, yes, you're gonna feel like somebody just sends you that way. Surprise. Wah! Try to get all the way across the floor. So you gotta come out and go, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and run. Yeah, so we get 4 whole counts of like, blah. You can throw on the 5. So build it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. As many as it takes you to recover from your shove, and then get your pelvis underneath you and get on the left leg. That's how many. So it's wild, it's loose, it's not precise. This is the wild side of Paul. Here we go. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, go. 5. Good. You can repeat if you want to. Go. 2 grips. 1. Go, shout. Shout 5.
Go get your snack bags and everybody come sit down here and we'll do a little Q&A in about 5 minutes, okay? Get some water, recharge. Can you hear me? So I'm just going to pass the mic down. I'm going to have everyone introduce themselves and give them a little bit of a backstory of how they became who they are as artists. Let's start down there, Joanne. Give us a little, where did you study and how did you get into accompanying for class?
So my name is Joanne Moore. I grew up in Pennsylvania. I have degrees in music education and performance, and I've taught piano and voice lessons at Community College, Baltimore County, where I met Adrian. And somehow I was asked to play for ballet classes at CCBC, so that started a couple years ago. And then through that affiliation, I met Mr. Pucci and
Peter, please.
Peter. And this is, I think, my 3rd day of dance that I've helped with.
Yeah.
So, and my first time ever playing for a modern dance class.
That was the first time.
Great job.
Bravo.
Gosh, I don't know what to say. My name is Lorraine Spigler, and I think of myself as a teacher first. With a great love of dance, and started probably like all of you as a young pre-professional, just loving what I did and going on the path to become a professional dancer. And somewhere along the way in New York, even though I think I was really good and dedicated and so on, I really decided that I enjoyed being behind the scenes. And so I continued dancing for a while, and I was lucky enough to go to American University when actually Paul Taylor Company was in residence there, and lots of the other second generation modern dance people, Eric Hawkins, Paul Taylor, and so on. I was there when Twyla Tharp was there. I was there when, I'm trying to think. Anyway, it was really a very, very rich time for me, and I became very deeply involved in not only classical ballet, but wanting to understand the technique of modern dance, which now has become sort of a contemporary kind of melting pot in some ways. But the validity and the strength of modern dance, of the second generations in particular, I think is the rock bottom of contemporary dance in the United States, or should continue to be. So it's a pleasure to be here today with everybody. I dedicated my life to working internationally. I've worked in many countries, including Brazil, done international projects, and it seems like I'm always ending up as a director, artistic director, or director of programming, and doing innovative things and working with talented young people, which is my number one love, is to identify talent, frame it, and hope that it can get out. All of you can be out in the world and doing what you need to be doing, whether it's performance or becoming a physical therapist and using your dance knowledge and combining that to reinforce the beauty and strength of dance training. We know dancers are intelligent, and you can use that strength that you have, that intelligence, to either move towards a professional career and or move towards a career that really, works beautifully, whether it's at the college level or it's, at the community level, or it's dancing, professionally. So that's kind of my story. I've done a lot of things, and I'm just happy to be here. Thank you.
Amy Young. I started dancing at a local studio when I was around 10 years old. So we pretty much did ballet, a little jazz, and that was about it until I saw the Alvin Ailey Company come through. I lived near Seattle, and that's when I started to, because back then modern wasn't so prevalent. Like, you guys are getting, you can find modern in a lot more places now. So that was my first performance of modern dance I ever saw. And that led me to, when I went to I did summer ballet programs and things like that, and eventually led me to Interlochen Arts Academy, where I also was being trained in ballet, but also learning now Martha Graham. So adding another layer of modern type of dancing, right? And then I went to Juilliard, and that's where I was introduced to the Paul Taylor. Two of my teachers were alumni of the Taylor Company, and then I joined Taylor 2 out of college. So I started in Taylor 2, and then I moved on to the main company and spent my whole life there because it was wonderful, and I loved his work so much. It's a company that people stay in for a long time because his work is so varied. So I felt artistically satisfied staying there for so long, and we traveled the world, and I got to know his work so well that now, after I retired from the stage, I feel so passionate about teaching people about him and about his work. He passed away in 2018, so that really kicked in the passion of making sure that he is not forgotten. So that's basically what I do now. Is I currently teach at University of Maryland, Baltimore County, and then occasionally I went to CCPC recently. So I'm meeting people, and I've known Peter Pucci for many years, but like in and out, like different things throughout my life, and then realized that he's here and I'm here. I moved from New York City, and I thought, I'm not gonna know anyone. This is terrifying. And the dance world is such a wonderful network, and I have met so many people who know people I know, or it's like a family. And so I'm so fortunate that Peter has introduced me to so many people and given me so many opportunities here, and I just want to continue teaching people about Paul Taylor and about modern dance in general, and the different kinds of things you can do with dance. There's so many paths and so many kinds of dance and ways you can be involved. So there's just always more and more. So keep doing it and meeting new people and being open to new opportunities.
Thank you, Amy. I just have to speak to the idea of who we are as dancers and who we are as artists. We're all very connected. And I think, you're here today from different places. We're playing just 5 different studios, a couple high schools, a college. We have homeschool kids here. So, but you are all dancers and you're all connected. So you can see that we're all connected. And it's part of what we do is to perpetuate the art form and to honor the art form of modern dance and ballet, all of that. And we bring these classes to you from the foundation as a way to expose you to different ways of moving, to broaden your view of the dance world, because it is very diverse. But the lineage that she comes from Paul Taylor, I come from Pilables, but I also trained at the North Carolina School of the Arts and learned Martha Graham technique and Limon. I also did ballet, which I used to take ballet class with the baby ballerinas that teach kids your age because I wanted to be able to learn technique, ballet technique, which I was never very good at. But I also want to just talk about me personally. I started dancing when I was 18 in college. I come from Baltimore. I played football, baseball, lacrosse, all those things, and I think that sports, some of you may do sports, but the dedication it takes to be really good in a sport is the same thing as in dance, where you need to be there and be on time, work hard. And Carol Cassio was my first dance teacher, and I took a class called Rhythmatic Analysis, which was a disguise for an improvisation class. I had no clue what choreography was, what dance was, but she saw in me that I had the ability to make up movements spontaneously. So as a natural born choreographer, I had no idea what that meant and what that was. So that lineage that she passed on to me, now I'm honoring that by running her foundation. She passed away in 2021, and she left this foundation. So we together, even though she's not here, are passing on honoring the profession and passing it on to you. And you will do this one day, because that's what we do. It's part of our tradition to pass on the art form and to honor it. And all of these artists up here have been doing that. And Gabby may be the youngest, but she's doing it. She's already been doing it because she came up in this community. She's an all-state dancer. She just graduated, but she understands that already because of the training she had before she went off to college. So we have a lot of different experiences here in age groups. So it's so just remember that we're all connected. We're all connected as dancers. Okay. Anyway, I'll pass it on to Miss Gabby.
Hi, I'm Gabby. I am a Kent Island graduate of 2020. I just graduated from Slippery Rock University in 2024 with a BFA in dance with concentrations of performance and choreography and business administration. I did 2 concentration because I had no idea what I was going to do after I graduated from college with dance. All I knew is for my whole life, I have to have dance in it somehow, some which way, which, like Peter was saying, kind of tosses back down to teaching and growing as myself alongside all the students that I am so grateful that I get to work for all the time. So we've been working here at Queen Anne's County High School. I've been working over at Kent Island High School and the Midshore Dance Academy. So kind of sprinkle of a whole bunch of things, but I'm so happy to see all your faces here and familiar faces from all the other days of dance events that we've had. I know I'm new to the Carol Cassio Foundation. I'm the new intern for this year, but we're growing and I'm so excited to take on all the responsibility, but seeing all your faces every single time and just showing up means more than you guys know. You may not know what you're doing, but just know that we are all here for you, so you have to take that chance for yourself to figure out who you are as a dancer, but we're all here to help you with that. Thanks.
Hi everyone, I'm Renee Gerardo. I am the Director of Dance at Washington College, over that way. I'm not great at directions. And I don't know when I started dancing. Anybody just start dancing in their living room or in their bedroom? Probably everybody. That's the way I got started, and what really drove me to want to continue dancing is I was lucky enough, I grew up in Michigan, and there was a dance company that came to my school, and it was a company of people my age like 8 to 12. And they were performing in front of me, and I was like, wait a minute, I can do that? Went home and said, Mom, I want to do that. Long story short, kept dancing. I got my BFA in dance from University of Colorado in Boulder. I also have an MA in exercise physiology, which is very dance adjacent. And then I also got my MFA from University of Maryland in College Park. Oh, yeah, we both did. Yeah, go Terps. I didn't know what a Terp was for a long time. Okay. But basically, my main foundational kind of belief, and this is part of why we're all here, is I really believe dance is for everyone, and it needs to be accessible for everyone at any point in their life. No matter what age you are, no matter where you're from, no matter if you're like, I don't dance. I don't believe in that. I think that if you have any modicum of wanting to be involved in the arts, even if you're like, I'm not a dancer, but I love watching dance, you're here to support dance. A lot of you here are here to support your dancers. Thank you for being here. And just keep in mind that, like, exactly what everybody's been saying here, staying connected to each other, meeting each other here. Maybe some of you are meeting people for the same time. If you continue to come to events like this that we are fortunate enough to do through the Carol Casio Fund, you may end up dancing together in the Paul Taylor Company, who knows, right? Or creating your own dance company. And that's something that I did when I lived in New York, and was it the biggest success in the world? Maybe not, but it made me happy, it made a lot of other people happy, and I think being able to collaborate with people who believed in the same things that I did is really important, whether you're in dance or anything. So that's about it. And I'm going to teach choreography today. I don't know if that was said yet, but
Yeah, it is. Yeah, you can do anything you want. Choreography, composition.
I can do anything I want, and so can you. All right. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Adrienne, and today I'm going to be teaching hip hop, but I have literally taught everything, or as you guys would say, literally everything. I, like Peter, got a late start, although I did a lot of living room dances too. But I was an athlete and a musician first, and then I didn't have real training until I also went to CCBC, to the Community College of Baltimore County. So I think I'm proof that you can start later in life with like real professional training, and you can still go on to be a dancer or a choreographer or a dance educator or whatever it is that you want to do with dance. And then after CCBC, I went on to University of Maryland College Park, go Terps, yep. And then from there, I was a part of many dance companies, modern dance companies in Baltimore. And that's kind of how I met Peter. He was setting up a giant dance project at CCBC, and he asked for a professional company to join in, and I did that, and I also brought my dance students, and that's how that started, that whole relationship. And now I'm lucky enough to be a part of the foundation as the teaching artist. And I think that you probably already understand this, but like the dance world is a small world, and connections are really important because you know, you never know who you're going to meet, and they're going to like lead you to your next thing, whatever that might be in the dance world. I think that's everything for me. Yeah.
Do we have any questions? Anybody? Just raise your hand. Anybody? Any questions? Yeah. Well, I'll give you. I thought. So I taught at a university for 9 years. I was an artist in residence, and when we had new students come in, we always we let them take class, and so they can meet the other dancers and get a feel for the dance department that way. Because I think people who are there or dancing will be able, you know, connect to a new student who wants to come in. I think that as far as a minor or a dance or a major, you know, I think that's kind of per college, it changes differently. I'll let Renee talk to that because she does this at Washington College. But, you know, I think we all say, like you heard with Gabby, tell us what you did at Slippery Rock. How many majors did you have in minor?
It was one major, but two concentrations of performance and choreography and business administration. So I had to take extra business classes on top of all of my dance classes.
That's a good thing, business classes, and so you have another. You want to encourage your kids that are going to college to have other kinds of skill sets, have more tools in your toolbox, because it's a very competitive world to be in dance and do it professionally. When I auditioned for Palovalis Dance Theater, there were 250 men and 350 women for 2 slots. And so, I mean, I was fortunate enough to get went to New York with $50 in a duffel bag. I didn't have much, but I got a job right away. I was very, very lucky. But that's, you know, it's a long time ago. It's even more competitive. Everyone's skilled. The men and the women are much more skilled. So I think you should follow through with your passion, because the art form is a good training technique for how to be on time, how to manage your time, how to focus, and how to work hard. So, but I think you want to, and I think you have to let students just follow their gut. What feels right? Are these my people? I did the same thing with my daughter. Now she's in business and working at BlackRock in New York City. I had no clue that she was going to be interested in business. That happened in college. So I mean, it's a laboratory for them, and if you give them time to kind of find their way, and let them become who they want to be. And I think if you set them up for that, that's the best possible thing that you can do.
I have a fast answer.
Yeah, fast answer from Renee.
I think what you might also be asking is what your child is, what you're trying to be looking for in the department, like what they're saying they're offering versus what you're seeing. One, when I was, pardon me, an undergrad, the thing that I valued the most is that we had guest artists come in every semester, and we were able to work closely with people who were in the professional world. That gave me a really good idea of like what the scope of dance was outside of my school. Two, I thought that I had to go to NYU to become an actual serious dancer. Not true. I had a great education at University of Colorado Boulder. So sometimes the geography of the place doesn't necessitate the, I'm gonna say maybe what you think is the seriousness of the program. And also a program that offers a lot of collaborative opportunities. Are they asking the student to take production? Are they able to be part of a visual arts class, right? So there are things that are adjacent to dance that might be really generative for your student. And the other thing I would say as far as like a major or a minor, it's whatever feels best, right? And in terms of the minor, what you're gonna get are the things that are gonna help you. Ideally, the minor is gonna show you, have a class where that you can learn how to teach dance to others of all ages, learn how to create dance, and have some classes that have practice or technique, yeah? Those are the bare minimum. But I'll also say one last thing, dance can lead you to many, many things. I heard somebody talk about physical therapy. I know people who were in dance and they went into law. I know people who were in dance and went into business, but what dance, and I think you all know this, gives you great empathy. So I think like no matter what, a place, I think what you're asking though is like, how do you know it feels good?
Yeah, well,
You're good.
feel good, and are they gonna get the skill set? Like I graduated with the BFA, the fine arts degree, is that the quality that they are gonna need for what they're trying to do?
Whether they get a BA or a BFA, you just want to make sure there's enough courses that aren't just performance or aren't just choreography. There's also things that are costuming, because they may be like, oh, I had to costume my own shows a million times. I didn't know about light design. And it actually makes you a more well-rounded performer, choreographer, dance maker, dance supporter, if you know those things. So if those things are integrated into the program, great. Yeah, of course.
Yes. And I just want to say, if you get it wrong the first time and you go to the wrong college, because I did that, I went to QACHS, and I didn't love it there, and I understand that some people do, but it wasn't for me, so I went to CCBC instead. And again, I was a late dancer.
We have decisions to make on which campus to which campus. It's not an end all. You just have to make sure that it is not working. That you want the classes to count. So you have to finish the semester or the year, however that is.
I would just say that I went to a community college. I went to Towson, and then I moved away to Dallas and studied at the Dallas Ballet for a year. And then a teacher came down and taught a master class from the North Carolina School of Arts, and he invited me to come up and audition. So it took me 6 years to make it my mind up. So, you know, and who knew, you know, but that it happens.
Who's gonna panic because the school counselors make it sound like?
No, I think,
So you pick your plan for what?
you,
They did that back when I was in school.
I think you all just have to trust just, the dancers are here today are here because they want to be, and they're dedicated to what they're doing, and they're hard workers. They already have a work ethic. So that is a win-win in our world. So I'll pass this on. One more comment, and we're going to get ready to jump up. We're going to start in a couple minutes.
I just want to say, like, I've been in a position to train dancers that either go to Juilliard or they go to Princeton and they don't major in dance, but they are artistic directors of the Princeton Dance Company, or they go to exactly a small college somewhere and get their bearings and then change. I think one of the most beautiful things about dancers is that we're flexible, we love what we do, and I think we forget, and I've confronted the same thing in talking to parents of students I've been preparing, and they're like, well, it's an end-all. There's no end-all. I have 2 master's degrees in different areas. One's in international cultural policy. It doesn't, for us as dancers, we're flexible, we're bonded, and our intelligence is our dance, but we carry that with whatever we do in life. And it's not the end. Again, if something happens, I also transferred. If something else comes up, there's always a master's degree, there's always a professional program, there's always somebody you meet along the way. I would say one of the biggest pieces of advice for me that I have felt through my whole life is be attracted by people you meet. If they're interested in you and they have something intelligent to say and you feel inspired by them, don't just go for the name. Juilliard is amazing. It might not be for, I have a student who, they invited him back, he was too young. Does he want to go next year? He ended up going somewhere else and very happy. So, but I have students from Juilliard who are out of their minds, joyful because that's what they did. So everybody's different. There isn't a perfect place. I would say that one of the things is not to be sort of looking for everybody to discover you. You have to discover yourself. You can't sit, I mean, that's often in the ballet world particularly, and in the dance world from olden times, you were waiting for someone to discover you. You can discover yourself and that thereby put yourself in a position where people will go, wow, I see the light over there. Look, because you're excited about what you're doing. So it might not be exactly what you thought you were going to do in the beginning, but by following those instincts, everybody here is saying that, you can get to it. I mean, it's not, there's no one path or one life. But as long as somebody's enjoying themselves and you're successful now, you will continue, I think, to be successful in anything you do. Because you were saying it, there's a success in that work ethic and that drive, in that working with people, that collaboration. I think the future is bright, even if there's a moment of pause somewhere that you have to change path. That's all I want.
Nice. Okay, we're going to wrap this up. Let's get ready for hip hop. All right.
Okay.
Very good. Thank you all. Thank you all.
Convince some other people to be a part of that piece as well. Yeah. All right. So thank you, because you're gonna make us better dancers for the piece that we're working on. But let me warm us up first. This is very simple. You've never warmed up with me before. We're just gonna take it from the head to the toe, and you can just follow along. You don't have to worry about getting it right. Up and down, 6, 7, and up and down, up and down. We're gonna keep going a little longer than normal. I'm going chiropractor. And right and left, that's right and left. A little extra. 6, 7, and tilt, right and left. Come on out the stage. Yes. Although I'm gonna need you for this next one. All right, ready? So this next move, that was the drill step to help us with the real move. But that move will be a part of our combo. You're gonna start by kicking your left foot forward, and notice that when I do it, my foot is flexed, right? I'm gonna, very nice, yes, I'm gonna hop on the foot. She's way ahead of me. She already knows the move. I'm gonna hop on my right foot when I kick my left out. Now, all I want you to do from here, hop, switch feet. Hop, and then switch. Really roping. Yes, good. But can you do a double? All right, ready? From here, you go. Kick, switch. Now from here, I want you to hop your right leg over so your left leg goes behind you. And again, it's flex. Very good. Right? So it's kick, switch to the back. Got it? Kick, switch, back. Again. Kick, switch, back. Last time. Kick, switch, back. Anybody having trouble? You can be honest. I'm not here to judge. I'm just here to help. You got it. What's my upper body doing? Is it loose or is it like super duper muscled and in place? Loose. Loose. Right? So I want you to loosen up on the top half of your body. Alright? Whatever this does, that's going to be right for that. So go back. Flat tap. Notice that I hop on both of the moments of my flat side, where it's going around and where it's kicking out. 2 hops. Kick, switch, back, flat tap. Try that on your own a few times, and I'm going to be doing it up here. Flat tap. Kick, switch, back, flat tap. 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and falling off the log. 7 and 8 and. Again, let your upper body be loose. It should literally look like you're on a log in the water that's spinning and you're falling off, right? Yeah. Should we do this one across the floor?
I'm vibing with it.
So here's what I want you to try. You gotta do 3 Indian steps into falling off the log. So if I start kicking my left, hopping with my right, right half, 6, 7, 8, 1 and 2, and 3 and 4, and 5 and 6, and 7 and 8, and. Try it again. Ready? 5, 6, 7, and 1 and 2, and 3 and 4, and 5 and 6, and 7 and 8, and. Ready for a round? 5, 6, 7, and 5, 6, 7, and 5. Oh, yeah, sorry. You got it. 5, 6, 7. Next group. That's it. I love it. Yes. 7, 8. Yes. 7, 8. Yes. So, how many Indians are we going to do? 3. And do we start kicking the right or the left? We start kicking the left, but we are on the right first, and then like we hop on the right first. Then what's the next move called that we do? Falling off the log. It's 4 steps, and technically it's just that one move, all right? So try it all together. We're going to go from on the right, kicking the left, 5 and 6, and here you go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and. Right? Choreographed real-life garbage trucks. So, keep in mind, yeah, there's people in dance, but does it always have to be there? Yeah. Props, we can certainly have props. Somebody said time, tempo. Tempo is like speed, yeah, right? How fast are we going? How slow are we going? Tempo also is like meter. What is not up there?
Emotion, feelings.
Story. There's emotion, feeling, and story, sure. I'm just gonna put story or narrative. One thing that is not up there that definitely relates to levels and formations. There's style.
A stage? Like
Place to do it?
Place to do it. So close.
Okay, great.
Space. So think of it this way. What are you doing? Where are you doing it? Why are you doing it? Right? But the main things, the main elements that most people won't argue with you that are part of a dance are time, space. We have dynamics. I'm going to call that effort. How we do it, right? I'll put effort up here. And I'm going to put one more S word that is also part of style and rhythm and transitions and detail and formations and weight and texture. That is called, oh my gosh, my brain just went. We have time, effort, yeah, I got it. Shape. Yeah, my brain went whoop for a second. So time, effort, space, and shape can all of these things can fit into those four main things. Now, all of these things can be in a dance, props and sound and music and transitions and levels and dynamics and all different tempos, or you could have a dance that maybe doesn't have a clear story. That's okay. You're the choreographer. You may have a dance where it's not necessarily focused on like meter rhythm, you know what I'm saying? Like you just, like in hip hop there's a meter, tap dance there's a meter, clear meter. You may have a dance that there's not a lot of strong formations, and that's okay. It's just based upon like what you are interested in and curious about and what you want to see as a choreographer. Yeah? Is there anything else that should be up here? Anything? Yell it out. Come on, Gabby. Gabby's like, I know 9 things that aren't up there.
No, I mean, I feel like we were on a roll there for a long bit of it.
You are. We could add so many more, and maybe we will by the end of the session. But for today, what I want to start out with, just to get our bodies and our brains kind of thinking in a different way, is we're first going to start with kind of actions of the body, which is about shape, okay? And we're also going to talk about effort. We're not going to talk about it though, we're going to do it. So everybody's going to do it. Yay! Great breakout session. Okay. You can face any direction you want. You do not have to face the front. Space is like infinite here. We talked about we have levels, right? We have a relationship to the top of the space. We have a relationship to the floor. We have a relationship to all these different things that we see to each other, okay? So the first thing I want us to do is just travel. Just travel. You can travel as fast as you want. You can travel wherever you want. You can travel, you can travel up high, down low, but you're traveling, right? We all are traveling in some way, shape, or form. Good. Now I want you to stop. Now I want you to balance any way you want. Balance any way you want. It doesn't have to be a balance you know. It could be a new balance. it's a descriptor, right? Yeah. So I would like you to, I would like you to travel through the space. Just travel. Travel. And I now would like to invite you to travel in a bouncy way. Bouncy traveling. What is your bouncy traveling? All right, now you're going to transition to droopy traveling. Droopy. So droopy. Good. Now I want you to try smooth. What's smooth traveling? Super smooth. Super smooth. Good. Now I'm going to try heavy. Heavy. Good. Great. Now let's pause. Can I have another descriptor word? Yell one out. Soft. Let's go soft. Travel soft. Soft. Good. Now freeze. Can I get another word? Short. Sharp. Sharp. Make your travel, make your body sharp. You guys are trying sharp. 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 That's it. Sharp. Can I get one more? Pause. Sticky. Sticky travel. How do we sticky travel? Everybody's sticky travel is different. Sometimes it gets a little sticky. Is the floor sticky? Is your body sticky? Is the air around you sticky? Good, and pause. Nice. All right, let's circle up again. Okay, so we literally just traveled through the space. And we did it in many different ways. Were there any of them that anybody was like, this is my favorite? Yes. You like the soft one? Yeah. So maybe your dances you're gonna be like, I would like soft. What's opposite of soft though? Heavy, sharp. Yeah. Both. I mean both. Both really can be. Soft, heavy, right? Soft, sharp. So when we talk about dynamics, you might want to make sure you're thinking about, I like to move softly, but ooh, maybe I should put something sticky in there. Yeah? What was somebody else's, like, I'm just gonna say, fun thing that they did? On the floor? The traveling on the floor? Yeah. Yeah. That was different. It's a new way to move our bodies. Exactly. What else? Bouncing? Yeah, everybody really enjoyed that. What else?
Sticky. Sticky.
Sticky, yeah. You got a little contact there. Yeah, exactly. Thank you for offering up your adjectives. There's a myriad of them. There's so many ways that you could do something, right? So I could walk and then somebody's like, be droopy. And I'm like, this is my droopy, but somebody else's droopy is theirs, yeah? So for today, while we're making our own work, keep in mind to just honor what you're making, not what somebody else is doing, and to be willing to explore and play with that, right? To not be like, oh, do I look dumb? That's not what it's about. It's about expressing what you feel and what you're trying to do. And within that, there might be a narrative, maybe not. So we're gonna move on. And what I'm gonna do now is I'd like to focus on shape, first and foremost, okay? So, I'm gonna write this down because I feel like it's helpful. So, we moved through space with a particular, we traveled through space with a particular effort. It took us a certain amount of time, right? Time is always here. Just remember, time is always here, okay? So, shape. What I would like each of you to do, by yourselves, not with a friend, by yourselves, you are going to create 5 shapes. shapes. Any type of shape, right? Each shape should seem pretty different from the other one. So if shape 1 is this, ideally shape 2 isn't this, right? I mean, that can, if that's your choice and you feel really strongly about it, but ideally your 5 shapes are like pretty different from each other, yeah? Think about using levels, think about using negative space. Do we know what I mean with negative space? Yeah, you guys are super smart. Think about maybe you don't use negative space, but I'm gonna give you, how long do you need? 2 minutes, 3 minutes? And you're just gonna make 5 shapes. Question.
Are you allowed, does it just have to be a pose or can you move it?
Just the shape for now.
Like, can you do a cartwheel off the circle?
Think just shape for now. Yeah. Think shape. Yeah, but yeah, ideally you do a shape and then you don't go back to 1. Yeah, that might be a question that you're asking. But shape to shape to shape to shape. The timing you do the shape in depends on what shape you make, but just 5 shapes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Everybody else have a seat. It's okay, everybody gets to go. Make sure you have plenty of space. Can I have one person move forward a bit so you're not all on the same line? Awesome. And you can start whenever you want. You don't have to start together. Great. Yes, and when you finish your shape, if your last shape is like, oh, and you can't hold it, it's okay to be like, and I'm done. But clear ending. All right, 6 more. All right, whenever you're ready, you can start. Off we go. And do we still have 6 more folks, 6 or 7 more folks? Whoever has not gone, up into the seats. So, don't worry, this is not the only dance that you're making. So, what we're going to do now is we're going to add something on to your shapes. So you have 5 shapes. Everybody has 5 shapes, yeah? And you know them well. What did we notice, though, about watching somebody do shapes? What did we notice about the space? What did you notice about space? Yes? Yeah, you all stayed in one spot. You kind of had to, yeah? A lot of it was level change, right? Anything else we noticed about space? Yes? Transitions, yeah. You all naturally found a way to transition from one thing to the other, yeah? Even if I hadn't said, don't come back to neutral, I don't think any of you would have done that. You're all dancers, you know that like one thing moves to the next. I worked with a woman this summer named Ellen Lauren, and she said dancing is shaping in space and time. The body shaping in space and time, because space is here, time always exists. So no matter what you're doing in dance, it could be a shape, but there's also gesture within that too. So if you think about that, taking that simple element of just taking the shape of your body and then playing with it a little more. So that's what we're gonna do. So now we're gonna have to think a little bit, but thinking is part of creativity and creative process. So swing yourselves around so we can see our lovely board here. So now, you are going to add things to your shapes. I'm going to write them up on the board. First thing, travel. Because we said, yeah, things aren't really traveling. So to one of your shapes, it doesn't have to be the first one, it doesn't have to be the second one, it could be the third one, you're going to make it travel through space. And let me be very clear. Through space. Like, we should all know you are traveling. Not just, there's my travel. Yeah, yes.
So do we hold the shape while we're traveling or travel to get to the shape?
Ideally, you make your shape travel. Very good question. Take your shape on a little trip. How's that sound? The second thing you are going to try or add to your phrase is you are going to repeat your shape. I'm just going to put repeat something, because it could be any shape, 5 times. So that means in a row. Again, it means you have to do the shape 5 times in a row. Okay? That's called repetition. What repetition can build is recognition in a dance, and what it also can build is sometimes comedy, and it can also build tension. It can also create drama. I'm only making you do it 5 times. I've been in dances where I had to do something 72 times in a row. It was pretty cool. All right, then I want you to rotate one of your shapes. Whatever that means to you. What is rotation? It could be turning. It can mean rolling upside down. It could be, what is rotation? The earth rotates on an axis. You have to rotate one of your shapes. And then you are going to make one of your shapes. You're gonna, I want you to go really slow. Really, like a sloth. Yeah? Your question, then that one, then that one.
Mine was gonna say, can you do multiple things on one shape?
For now, we're not doing multiple things. And the reason why is we're layering this process. Yeah? We're starting with the foundation and layering. Yeah? But I'm glad you're asking these questions because you're already going right? Sometimes we gotta keep the elements a little more clear so that when you choreograph, you can go back and know how you're gonna change it if you wanna change it. Question? That were intriguing to you? What was intriguing? What did you see? What happened? Oh, sorry. What? Caitlin broke the 4th wall. Yep. What else? What else did we see in terms of movement? Yeah.
Some people ended earlier than others.
There are different endings. That's gonna happen phrase-wise, of course. Yeah. But that could be your choice. Yeah. What about the movements themselves? Cool. It's okay. I forgot shape. Yeah. Some of them were relatively slow, yeah, because we were slow. I noticed some similarity in movements happening at the same time. So here's something that I'm going to bring into our vocabulary that you may or may not have heard before. Has anybody heard of chance methods before? So it was by chance that two of you were on the ground in somewhat similar positions. And then it was by chance that two people popped up at similar times. This is because you all made 5 shapes and you all had to use the same 5 ways to, let's say, play with your choreography, right? So what happens when we play with chance is you can say, oh, by chance, remind me of your name again? Caitlin. By chance, Caitlin ended up out here and everybody ended up here. Oh, what if we made that happen on purpose? So by using this tool of chance, you as a choreographer can say, actually, now I want, remind me of your name? Now I want Katrina to do her sticky part a lot longer. Or you can say, I don't want them to all start at the same time, right? So you can start to play with time and space. Yeah? So let's get another 4 up there. And for the audience now, I want you to start to look for just moments that are intriguing to you. It could just be a movement, it could be 2 things happening at once. Can we come in a little bit? Boom. Great. You don't have to be in a straight line though. Let's stack. Great. Alrighty. Whenever you're ready. Great. Oh wait, you have one more? Everybody pause. Facing out or in? Facing out. Facing out. Do you want them center or stage right or stage left?
Left. Stage left.
Who knows where stage left is? There we go. Circle and stage left. Like back to back. Shoulder to shoulder.
Shoulder to shoulder. Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
It looks like a square, but
now
you're
are
fine.
they starting at the same time?
The ones that are across from each other start first. So like.
Ooh, yes. Wait,
Front and back. Start first and then side to side.
Okay.
Look like you quasi it.
So,
Yeah.
we'll both start at the same time, and then after they start, you'll sense on each other. Yeah, whatever you want to do. Yeah? Okay. Ready? Great. Go. Ooh, stay in sections. What'd we see? What was that?
It ended like mirrored. Like those two ended mirrored.
Slow. Y'all two had like the same travel. Did anybody else see that? Light in the air and hop? Did you know that? Did you see it happen? Yeah. What else?
It looked cool when they 2 of them went at the same time.
Yeah, and there is similarity in your first move and I think your second move. So there was something that happened in that. There was a lot of like, not exact mirroring, but I call it kind of mirroring, right? Like us as the audience, we're like, oh, pop, 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 right? That was really interesting. Thank you. All right, final threesies. Triangle.
Vertical line could be cool.
Okay. Let's do a vertical line because we just had a circle. Sound good?
Can you put like smallest in the front? Oh no, tallest in the front's cool. Yeah.
I
go
mean,
for it.
they're all. We don't know what their choreographies are, so we can always shift it. I'm just, yeah. we can always shift it.
in the middle is good.
Well, we're gonna find out. And I'm gonna say everybody start at the same time on this one. I'm just gonna make a choice. Just to see what's gonna happen. And go. Now, the reason why I said everybody start at once is because from my viewpoint, I didn't know how many people were behind Gabby. So that, for me, I was like, I want to be surprised. But if you're like, I don't want them to be surprised, I want it to be a reveal, then you would go at different times. Yes. Anything else? Anything else?
They started in a vertical line and then they moved kind of into a horizontal one.
Yeah. Yeah. That happened. Yeah. What else?
Because of the original travel, I'd almost like to see the back two switch because this friend went farther out that way and then you went out a little bit less, so it would have been like a diagonal line instead.
Let's indulge that beginning, shall we? So ready and go. Did the thing happen that you wanted to see happen?
It looked like it from here, but I don't know about from your point of view.
From my point of view, it did happen.
Yeah. Oh, you can pause. That's
Yeah,
lovely.
you're good.
That's lovely. No, I can pause that forever. Did anybody have a moment of at least every single one of you, I've had a moment where I was like, I could watch that forever. That would be the dance I would make, is with all of you, is I'm gonna make you do the move forever and ever. What I wanna do now, we're gonna do like rapid round. I wanna get 6 people in space. 3, 2, 1, go. Not symmetrical formation, you're already in it.
Nice.
And I want you to not all face down stage. Great. And now you're all gonna start at the same time and go. What happened?
They all ended slowly and most of them finished on the ground. Some were like in the middle and then she was at the top.
What else happened? Yeah.
I really liked the moment where they're both on their stomachs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
There
really good.
seem to be some relationships happening too, like going towards somebody, going away from each other because of where you started. Peter gave me a really good idea. Everybody sit around the perimeter. Quick. Everybody sit. You can stay here, you can go on the lanes, you can go back there. Can I get 6 people in space, please? Actually, I want 8. 8 people who have not gone yet. 8. And I want 3 of you to face outward. Oh, yeah, cool. Yeah. Face different directions. Just face different directions. There you go. Okay? And you're gonna start we did was start with what? Shapes, 5 shapes. It seems so, I know for a lot of you are used to doing like really intricate choreographies, but like sometimes when you start at what I'm gonna call the foundational stuff, you can find a lot more to add on, to add on, to add on. If you add on too quickly sometimes, it's hard to pull it apart to figure out what you're really seeing, right? And what you're really feeling as a choreographer, yeah? You may do that line and go, I like it, but it doesn't speak to the piece or the narrative or the story or the emotion. Or the line might actually create that narrative and emotion that you're looking for, yeah? Let's make a circle. Our time is up, isn't it? I would just like each person to go around and share out one thing from the whole day. It doesn't have to be from what you just did, but like a word from the whole day that kind of maybe like synopsizes how you're feeling or something you learned. Right? Relaxed. Inspirational. Motivated. Learning space. Breaking. Style. Rewarding. Perspective of the space. Revival. I'm gonna go with an R word too. I'm gonna say invigorating. Nice. Different. Inspired. Exciting. Open. New. Loose.
Community love.
Community love. Exciting. Connections. Intricate. All right. Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing your time with me. Thank you so much for being here today. Hopefully you learned a little bit of something in our session today. And if anything, I hope you had fun. Fun, right? And thank you to